today in the news, we have the biggest kind of article right now is the Bronycon, which was last weekend, and today I have three special guests who are here, and they're gonna talk to us about it. Let me introduce them. First of all, we have John Joseco, who is a fantastic pony artist.
Hello.
We've also got 36 or JHaller, who is a pony video maker and also worked on Ponies the Anthology too.
Thanks.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. And finally, our third guest is Willdrawforfood, who is the Ask Surprise moderator. How are you doing, Willdraw?
I am doing just great. How about yourself?
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys all for coming on here to the show, and I've got a few questions for you just about your Bronycon experience. So, let's start off with JJ. How was Bronycon for you?
I was one of the most one of those experiences. I don't know. I can't describe it. It's incredible. It was an incredible experience. Just never had been greeted so much by so many people and shook so many hands, gave out signatures. I wasn't expecting it to be that big, so I was underestimating everything. So it was. I had a wonderful experience time there.
Good. 36. How did the crew of Anthology 2 enjoy the convention?
For the most part, we were having a good time. We were all hanging out and just a lot of us were meeting each other for the first time. So that was, for the most part, good. It was good up until right before our panel, where there was all of a sudden fire dripping down on the floor in front of us. But I'm sure we can get to that a little later. But I mean, it was we all had a great time, and for the most part, everything went smoothly. So.
Oh, great. And how about you, Will?
Yeah, I had a great time also. I mean, it was really cool getting to, see New Jersey and see New York and, like, all of those people that, came to, get drawings and stuff. I had a great time with the last con. This one was a little better because, like, 30 or so people, that we know from, Tumblr and all those guys hang out too. I finally got to meet a lot of them, like Rye and Ahmed and Current Effects, everybody. That was just a great time. I happily look forward to the next one. My only complaint would be that it wasn't long enough.
I agree.
Wow, 2 days and we still need more.
Yeah, I know. We need 3 days or something.
All right. So now I'm glad you guys all had a good time, but I'm sure there are tons and tons of stories that you guys could probably just sit here and tell me for hours. But if you could just take one story, kind of one memorable moment back with you, what would that be? We'll start with JJ again.
One of the most memorable moments was Nicole Oliver. She came up right behind me and she's like, hey, I turn around and she's like, hi, I'm Nicole Oliver, and oh yeah, everybody saw my reaction on my face. That was something, and Andrea Libman, she came to the table too, and I believe they were coming around the tables, and that was just really awesome, just having them coming by and visiting the artists in the booths. It's like that's something I have never seen before, actually. So.
Were you able to go out and see the VIPs at all and some of the panels, or?
No, I did not get to see any of the panels.
Oh.
But I got to see Strong and Delancey and Lord Foss. So I mean that's something. But I think it's just the experience of just sitting there and having all those people around me. It's something you can't forget, because every time I close my eyes, I just see a wall of people. That's all I have seen. Yeah.
All right. Well, 36. I'm sure you've got some great stories to share here with us.
Oh, yeah. No, if I were to pick like a memorable one, it's not really a story. It's more of the experience of showing the anthology to so many people for a live audience. And, when it's all over, just having everyone just give a standing ovation, like 1,500 people, that's unforgettable. That was a great experience right there. And It's just like to see all the hard work you put into something for, God knows, like at least half a year to come to fruition like that and get such a response. It's really gratifying. So that was pretty much like the biggest, or the best moment, I'd say, for the whole con experience for me. Again, and just getting to meet, people I talk to all the time online. It's just, that was just finally, having it all come together was, pretty cool.
Excellent. And now, how about for you, Will?
Well, I think you guys know what my most memorable thing that happened at this convention was. Well, the very first night, Lauren Faust and John Delan seemed some of their VIPs were in this room, and basically Sergeant Sprinkles grabbed me by the arm and was like, come on, you gotta say to Lauren Faust. And I had a picture that I had drawn specifically, for her, of her drawing a surprise little animation disc. And I handed it to her, and she's like, "Oh, wow, that's really nice." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you. That's a surprise." And the guy who draws the actual surprise block, he's like, "Oh, yeah, I've read that. That's really funny." And I tried to keep my composure in front of her, but on the inside, I was, having a heart attack. Because,
You needed to breathe.
You were squealing like a little schoolgirl on the inside, man.
Mm-hmm.
I really was. I don't know. It's just I told her that I was working on becoming an animator, and she said that I'm off to a great start. I mean, that was just one of those really life-affirming moments. It was all worth it, kind of thing.
Well, that is great to hear. That it's great to hear stories like that. How about the fan interactions with you guys? Did you guys meet any particular fans that left an impression on you? We'll start with JJ again.
You know what? Fans were fantastic. What I kept hearing is that people were waiting hours to see me. I'm like, really waiting an hour? There was one where there was a father he gave me a note, and he said that his son kept waiting for hours, on Saturday, but he couldn't get close to the front of the table. And then the next day he comes by and he's like, he sends me the note and tells me about his son. He still can't get near the table and stuff, and he just wanted a sketch and everything. I just told him, what, just get your, I'll do it. I'll do the sketch right there, and just get him over here, and just tell me what he wants. And I just did it for him right there because he just waited so long. So that was the one that left me an impression on me. It's just these people just waited so long. It's nuts. I couldn't believe that. So that's something that left the impression on me and the fans. They're like, wow, these people really like my work.
Now, JHaller, you already said you guys got a fantastic standing ovation. Were there any particular individual moments with people or with people from the anthology that you remember that stuck with you?
Well, I mean, after the whole thing, the fact that there were some people who actually wanted to take pictures with us, which I've kind of as a video editor, that whole world is kind of more, people don't really pay attention to the people behind it so much, as much as the video. So it's like having these people come up and say, "Hey, can we get a photo with you, all of you?" And the same thing, I'm not used to this. Why do you want my photo again? Because it's just we're not used to that type of thing. So, that was right after the whole thing ended. Those kind of interactions, that was just gratifying again to that people wanted to have that happen for them. Other than that, outside the anthology, I didn't really have I don't really want to say I had any particular fan interaction moments. It was just good to observe everyone there and just seeing all the different types of people, the different cosplays, and it was just observing all of that. I'd say it was just it was interesting. It was interesting to just see how that all came together.
Oh, great. And now, how about for you, Will?
I don't know, fan interactions. I guess one of the more interesting ones was there was a really sweet surprise cosplayer who was basically just, apparently she didn't even know that there was a surprise blog. She's just a fan of the pony because it had just become popular, I guess, on her own. Partly, I guess, because of my blog, and she was like, "Oh wow, you make a blog of it," and I don't know, it's just a really sweet, cute little women just like dressed up as surprise. I thought it was really nice to see that. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's lots of other stuff, but I guess that's one of the more memorable ones.
All right, excellent. What did you guys think of the atmosphere of the con? Do you think it really felt like a Brony convention, or did it give you any kind of other vibes? Or again, we'll start with JJ on that.
Yeah, it really did, because I go to San Diego Comic Con, and they're crowded and just you can feel the con atmosphere. Here you actually feel it too, but it's in a much smaller scale compared to Comic Con. But still, it feels like a Comic Con in a way, but it's all concentrated bronies, it's all want to point out. And you know what, I just felt really pretty cool over there. You all see all the costumes and everything going on, and you just walk around, and you know what, I don't know why. You didn't feel like you want to hide your face or anything. You just, you get to see all these people, and they're all smiling, they're having fun. And, yeah, it felt like a real good con atmosphere to me, I mean, I've been to a lot of cons, and it certainly feels like one of those, so it's pretty cool.
Fantastic. JHaller, you've been to a couple of conventions yourself, which you do your kind of impressions videos on. How did this one feel, in your opinion?
This is just basically large scale. I mean, when I was at January Bronycon, I mean, you got the vibe, but it wasn't exactly like the con type of atmosphere, mostly because the venue wasn't the type of venue you normally see for it. Just pretty much a long hallway, and that was it. But this really felt a lot more like a convention, obviously, with the venue and the atmosphere. If you're asking me, like, was this a Bronycon? It's most definitely yes. Yes, that goes without saying. I was a little. I noticed, like, I got a preview of this at January Con about this came full force. Is that there's almost this cult-like attitude of people. Like, people are just randomly singing. People will just start randomly singing in groups, and you'll get an entire group of people to just start singing a song, and just yeah, Bernie likes to sing. But yeah, it's just definitely just taking that atmosphere and just expanding it, and it just truly, it felt like a true. I think it felt like a true con experience, and yes, it was definitely had the Brony influence, if you want to call it that.
Okay, and now, Will, I know you've been to BronyCon before. Have you been to any other kind of convention?
I have been to a couple of local Ohio anime conventions, so I kind of knew what to expect. This one, I would probably say, is about on par with OhioCon, which is also a pretty large, just a local anime convention. I mean, like Jay said, this is a lot bigger than the last con. It did kind of feel a bit more, I don't want to say official or legit, but that kind of, like, it felt like a real actual convention this time. I had more breathing space, and it was definitely more crowded, which was kind of a good and a bad thing. I suspect that the body heat of everybody standing around the table made me kind of sleepy, because I remember feeling like I was gonna. I remember feeling like I was going to nod off during some of those drawings. Like, I just sat there.
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, me too. I was like kind of blinking, and I just wanted to go sleep.
But it might have been all the sleep deprivation too. That was probably.
No.
I don't know.
I got enough sleep. I don't know.
All right, and it looks like we have another guest has actually just arrived on here. Let me introduce Buttercup Saiyan, who is she's the moderator behind the art blog Art Without Prediction. How are you today, Buttercup?
I came down with con crud, but I'm here.
That's okay. Well, let me. I'll finish up the questions here. I've only got a couple left. What could this convention and in turn other Brony conventions do better, in your opinion? We'll start with JJ with that question.
Biggest thing is if you're gonna do the panels and stuff, or big panel stuff, they need to be in a separate room, not in the same room with exhibitors, because we are sitting there and you could hear the loud roaring and the cheering, and our heads keep turning back because we don't know what's going on. But and we couldn't hear what other people were saying when they were talking to us, because it was just really loud when they did that. I know they said the curtain's supposed to be some kind of soundproofing, but it's not. That wasn't helping at all. But yeah, just they needed separate rooms. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, Buttercup, how about your opinion? What could the convention have done better?
You kind of need like a separate vendor area to get around because there were so many people, and I didn't see many gophers.
Okay.
You're kind of just down to the people that you brought with you.
All right, that's a legitimate criticism. 36. How about what's your opinion?
Well, there were two things. One of them was more directed at what we were trying to do with the anthology. Was that with the panel area, it kind of goes with what JJ was saying, that they need to have it in a separate room. And not only because the exhibitors can hear what's going on, they're just kind of wondering what's going on, it can be distracting, but also because the sound does not carry in the type of room that it was in. People were having a hard time hearing a lot of what the people were saying on the microphones, and also any content that was coming from the computer if they were showing something on the projector. And that's just the biggest complaint about some of these panels, was that people just couldn't understand what was being said. So having it, yes, in a separate room where the acoustics would have been better was my main concern. For me, going up and trying to present a video, and also when I was trying to watch panels, just I couldn't hear what was going on with when I heard that. Other complaint would have been they could have done. They got to find a better way to have people wait in line for those vouchers to get people's signatures, because from what I understand, it was just an extremely slow process, and people were just waiting really excessively long times for a very short line. Just didn't seem very organized in that way.
Okay, excellent. Wildraw, do you have any criticisms on the convention?
Basically, I mean, like, what they said, the whole sound thing. The only separation we had from panels was like curtains. I mean, I understand, they got a bigger place, so they're doing the best that they could if they had. So, I mean, maybe the only other thing directly related to me would have been, I kind of would have preferred to have, like, my own actual table. Like, a lot of the booths there only had, like, one table, and, like, two people had to share them, and, I mean, no offense to JJ or anything.
Oh, I know, that's what I'm saying, too, we're gonna have our own tables.
Yeah, I mean, his crowd was kind of, like, blocking the view of my stuff, so, which is good and bad, because on the one hand they were kind of blocking the view, but on the other hand some of them saw it while they were waiting. They're like, hey, this guy's cool too, I'll buy some of his stuff. Yeah,
that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. I had that before happen to me too, sitting next to somebody I saw has a crowd and did not, and sometimes their hands are going on your prints. I'm like telling them don't do that,
Yeah,
get your hands off there. Yeah.
I was kind of worried about people, like, taking stuff when I wasn't looking, so I was kind of trying to keep my eye on it as much as I could.
I had my stuff on someone tried to grab it to look at it, and my whole table almost went with it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Jeez.
Also, make sure to double check your light fixtures next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best conventions are the ones that aren't currently on fire. I think that's generally the opinion. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, other than that, no complaints. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Will. I have one final question here for you guys. Is what other conventions do you think we'll be able to see you guys at coming up? And will you be attending another Bronycon? Would you recommend attending another Bronycon if there is one? We'll start with JJ.
Well, for now, there's San Diego Comic-Con, which is next week. I can't believe that. I will be there. I don't know if I'm going to be sitting. I know I'm exhibitor there, but I don't know if I'm going to be sitting some hours just to sit there. But I'll be going around there. And after that is TrotCon. And then there's Everfree. But Everfree, I'm not sitting there. I'm just going to be a fan. And then there's Equestria LA, which is in Anaheim in November. And if there's another Bronycon, yeah, I'm going. Going.
All right, excellent. Yeah. How about you, Buttercup?
If there's another BronyCon, I'm there, and I'm probably going to be at a regular Anthrocon and maybe Fanime, depending on how my finances hold up.
What are you going to? Fanime?
All right. JHaller.
I'm going to be going to Everfree in August. I'm going on some kind of, it feels like just a convention tour all across the country because, starting with Everfree, in September I'm going to AWA Anime Weekend Atlanta to meet up with other people from Anthology who couldn't be at Bronycon. And then I believe, I'm also I just bought a ticket to EQLA last night, so I'm going to try to make it to that as well.
All right, excellent.
And if as far as going to another BronyCon, most likely, I would go to another BronyCon. Just hoping that they would take the criticism and try to fix up any of the problems they had and just try to make it better.
All right, and finally, Willdraw.
I am most likely going to be at the next BronyCon. Like I said, it's a whole year away, so we're going to see how it goes by then. I also am going to be with JJ at TruckCon. Gonna try to get some interest for that. I'm also most likely going to be at Canterlot Gardens, which is up in the Strongtown, Ohio. Which, again, not a huge con, but it's local, and I'm going to try to help support them too. So that's pretty much it as far as pony cons. I mean, I'll most likely be attending Ohio Con here in Ohio, that's an anime kind of place. That's about it. I would love to go to Everfree, but that's way out of my way, and I really don't think I can afford a trip like that, which is a shame because I'd love to go, but them's the breaks.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to thank all of you guys for coming on here today, and thank you very much.